Hey, it's your Auntie Annie. I'm back with you with another super recipe again. Today, Saturday afternoon, kind of didn't know what I wanted to cook today, so I decided to go something light and easy. So I'm going to be making a corned beef fritter. Now, if you remember when I did the saltfish fritter, I told you the different ones that Mom used to make. This one was another favorite with the family. So I'm going to go ahead, get all the ingredients, and I'll be back to show you how we do this recipe. So let's get this recipe started. So we have a tin of corned beef. It can be any corned beef you like. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to empty that into my bowl. Just going to squash it down a little bit. So I have the ingredients here. I'm going to use 1 egg. I'm going to use maybe about 2 or 3 teaspoons of flour because it helps. The egg and the flour helps to bind the corned beef into a little patty. I'm going to use just a very small amount of onion. I use like a 1/4 of an onion. I use 2 stalks of scallion, 1 whole Scotch bonnet because I think corned beef needs a lot of pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and I did 1 small clove of garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and break the egg. I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to be using maybe some black pepper and a little bit of garlic powder as well. So I'm going to move a little forward. So we're going to go ahead and then I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning. Now you can put in what you like or leave out what you don't like. That'll be strictly up to you. But this is kind of what Mom used to use, so I'm going through with that recipe. So I'm going to mix this all in thoroughly. Oh, I can smell that Scotch bonnet, man. It's really hot. I use actually a whole pepper, so it's going to be spicy. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add, first I'm going to add just a heaping teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. It's better to add it a small amount at a time so that, you can't take it out once you put it in. So the trick is just to put, So I'm going to go ahead and so I'm going to just put maybe 1/2 teaspoon or so in total, maybe 2 teaspoons. So when I'm going to make the patties, I can take my hand and I can form them, or I can use a spoon to drop them into the oil when I'm about ready to fry. So I'm going to go ahead, finish this up, and I'll come back when I'm ready to start frying them. So I'm going to go ahead. As usual, I put in a little tester to test if my oil is ready. I can see that it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scoop it in my hand and kind of help to form a little patty. You can make them as big or as little as you want, right? And you must remember that the corned beef is cooked, so it's just, heating it through, making it crispy. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop them in. I have the fire on medium heat. So let's form this a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and put this one in. Careful when you're dropping them in as well. The oil's very hot. So I'm going to do usually 4 at a time. Won't do any more than that. So I like to make them crispy as well. So let's get this last one in. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start to fry them. when this batch is finished, I'll come back and show you, okay? Okay, so I'm going to check on these if I can flip them over now. There you go. So I like mine on the crispy side, so I'm going to go ahead and get them nice and crispy. Once it's cooked, once it's fried, I'm going to put them on my wire rack so they can drain and they can maintain the crispness. Okay? So my first batch of the corned beef fritter is done. I'm just going to drain it and put it on my wire rack as normal so that it can drain properly and retain its crispness. So you can see, lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out, get the last batch in, and then I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay. Okay. So dinner is ready for me. So here's the finished product, the corned beef fritter. The thing about them is that to get them as crispy as you can, I make them a lot more thinner, and you keep turning them. It takes about 7 to 10 minutes to fry the first batch, second batch. So I hope you'll try this. This was one of Mom's quick little breakfast thing, or a Friday evening thing we'd have. Anyhow, please, when you watch these videos, remember to like it, subscribe it, and tell a friend. So until we see again, have a good one, okay?